Almost a Dr. Carney. Poppy. Actually a Dr. Rudnack. Little Kramer. Big Kramer. And your hosts for the evening. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. And Bobby, I mean Austin. Now enjoy the show.
Nice, good. High spirits.
Good. Well, we're only going to make fun of him a little bit tonight, so.
Yeah, good.
What? So Christian came in as a ghost, or what? I see you're in here, Christian.
Christian's here, man. What up, Christian? Let's get that video going, bruh.
Good.
Yeah. You just punked me.
Got him.
Okay. Well, glad to see you're punctual as always. Well, boys, we're going to have time for some chit-chat after all this stuff, but I say we get down to business here.
Keep
So,
busy.
Corey, you want to mute these chumps and we'll get rolling?
Enjoy the mute life.
All right, boys. It's good to see everyone's freaking face, man. I'm pumped to be here. So we're gonna kind of do a little introduction here. We're gonna have some fun tonight. But welcome to the 2019 LnA Awards show. It's gonna be dope. This is definitely a little overdue. We did this poll probably 2 months ago, but better late than never. And as you can see from my crappy beard that looks like a little more than a goatee, I'm living that quarantine life and rocking the face fuzz while I can. It's crazy out there, boys, but hopefully tonight will be a nice change of pace for everybody and just a little breath of fresh air in the midst of this insanity. So anyway, I am pumped that we could all get together. I appreciate you taking the time away from your spring break trips down in Miami, getting off the beach, you know. But as you know, my name is Melvin Milktoast, 2016 LnA champ, not living in the past, or definitely living in the past, but that's how I roll. So I want to introduce you to my co-host, or should I say COVID host, Corey Salem, a.k.a. Mr. Steal Your Girl. Stop shaking your head, Jonah.
AKA 2015, year before AT. So who's living in the past now, big guy? But it's great to be here. It's lovely to see all of your little tiny faces on my screen right now. With everything that's going on, it's just good to get together. And I hope this adds a little joy to the socially distant world that we're currently living in. But hey, now we all know what it's like to live Tanner Patton's day-to-day life. Hard to believe it's already been 2 months since the season ended, but a lot has happened since then, and we felt this was the perfect time to unveil the winners of the LnA Fantasy Awards.
You got that right, Corey. One thing is for sure, fantasy football is a great escape from reality, but I can't escape from the fact that Travis somehow won the league again this year. Yeah, we get it. But I'm seriously not sure what's worse, 2 months of quarantine or the fact that he's a two-time champion.
Yeah, that's probably unfortunate, Austin. I mean, he's literally rubbing our faces in it again tonight. But it is the worst outcome of what could have happened. I think I'd rather get Corona probably than listen to an entire offseason of him bragging. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
Yeah, definitely not bitter. Me neither. But you know who might be, though? Our boy Jonah, formerly known as Fun Sports, and Travis's less successful brother. I did not write that line. Jonah had to wear the dress after losing your boy twice in a row. And now, oh, yeah, by the way, let me emphasize that. He lost to your boy twice in a row, okay? And now his brother gets to pick his new team name. More on that later, but definitely a rough, definitely a rough go around for him for sure. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, and I can't even stop laughing right now. But I think it's about time we jump into these awards, Corey.
Good call, Austin. Here's how this will work. Austin and I will introduce, yeah, that works, each category, explain the nominees, and announce the winner. Each winner will have a few moments to give an acceptance speech before we move on to the next category. But be careful not to go too long, because if you do, we will mute your ugly butt and start the exit music to usher you off the stage. No pressure here. Just have some fun with it.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be a blast. And the more y'all get into it, the more fun this is going to be. So don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Just have fun with it. We all need it right now. So without further ado, let's take a look at our first category. Up first, we have the award for best draft pick. Okay. And the nominees are.
The nominees are Adam Ayer, who drafted Andrew Luck, who retired maybe 3 days before our draft kicked off this year. We've got Travis Kramer, two-time champ, Antonio Brown. Where do we begin with that one? I don't even know. And Adam Ayer again, who drafted Lamar Miller, who days before the draft went on the IR with a torn ACL. And the winner is, of the best draft pick, Adam Ayer. Congrats, Ayer boy. Come on up and give a speech. Although Austin, he isn't here tonight. So
yeah, I don't see him here. So unfortunately, he can't defend himself. But I'm thinking that Tanner, where are you at, bro? I feel like you could speak really well on his behalf. Let's hear what you have to say for Ayer.
Look how ugly he is in that picture. We need him back, but yeah, he sucks. The worst player ever.
Hey. Yep, that pretty much sums it up, man. Yep, I like it. All right, nicely done, Tanner, aka Ayer, right now. But Adam has had a solid history of stellar draft picks in our league, dating all the way back to 2013. And that year, he used his first round pick to select the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Habits are hard to break, I guess. So there you go.
And I think the one thing that we need to point out in this graph is that Adam Ayer actually did receive 100% of the vote for this category, just over 2 separate nominations. So that's something stellar in and of itself.
I like that. Clearly a solid drafter for sure.
But yeah, so Ayer, we miss you, buddy. You're going to watch this. We know you are, HD. But we got to move on. We are on a tight schedule here. In our next category, Austin's going to walk us through the nominees for funniest comment of the year.
All right, boys, the nominees for funniest comment of the year are Bryson Epplett, your boy. Someone sent the league a meme at some point with a huge chick in booty shorts, and Bryson responded, I'm going to try to do this. I don't know if I can, but said, I seen her down Thunder. She was on the back of a Harley, so I say to the guy driving, hey, nice hog. He thought I was talking about the bike, but I was talking about her. Solid work, man. That one gave me a good laugh. Even still, it's making me laugh. So that was pretty good. Congrats, man. What do you have to say for yourself here?
You go down to Thunder and you hear me?
Yeah. We got you now, man.
You got me now? Yeah, inspired by true events. I mean, you go down to Thunder, you see some of them girls and them I don't even know what you call those assless chaps. And yeah, I tell you what, I had to tuck it in the waistband,
There you go. All right, mute that boy real quick. That's funny.
All right, Bryson, excellent work. 100% vote getter, receiver for that category. Always love a good Yinzer joke, and this one snagged you the award for funniest comment of the year. Congrats again, Twinny. Bryson and I have been told we look alike, so how cool is that?
Yes, sir, Corey. One thing is for sure, and 2 things are for certain. You have been a great addition to the league, Bryson, and also you can suck it. So moving on, then our next category is the worst performance of the year. Did you hear that? The worst performance of the year. Definitely not an award you want to win, but one of these lucky bungholes is coming away with the dub today. So the nominees are.
First up, we got Jonah Kramer. He lost 2 games in a row to his rival Austin, one of which was the dress match. So that sucks. Christian, welcome to the show, my friend. In week 13, you scored a measly 70 points against your rival, Travis, who actually doubled your score. And Tanner Patton. On this list of nominees for the second year in a row, he failed to do a weekly recap.
I could read his word.
The
I could read his
winner
mouth there.
of worst performance goes to Jonah Kramer. Can you
Hey!
tell the league how you feel, my little friend? You're unmuted.
Dude, it's so annoying. I had like the third most points scored in the league and got last place. And I completely forgot Travis gets to pick my damn team name until just now. So, yeah, I'm pissed.
It's going to be ugly, man. But not like that picture. That's the cutest, most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. Whew. You know, as Jonah's friend, I can't help but feel sorry for this guy. But as his rival, I can't help but love every freaking little second of it, especially since I was the one who put him both in the dress match and then beat him in the dress match. So you couldn't have written a better story as far as I'm concerned. So that's all I have to say about that.
Amen, Austin. Sucks to suck, Jonah. Better luck next year.
Hey, check it out who else got votes there, by the way. Tanner and Christian, pretty close.
Yeah, still, Jonah's the worst one.
Worst works.
Yeah, that's solid. Pretty standard. Now, the nominees in our next category definitely do not suck. In fact, these two league members are doing some of the most important work out there right now. So before we announce the nominees and the winner for the Best Doctor in the League award, cough twice, we're going to, I'm going to unmute Mike and Brad here to give us a little PSA for how to stay healthy during this time. So Mike and Brad, the floor is yours.
Wash your hands.
Okay.
Yeah,
You heard it here.
I wouldn't say I'm doing important work right now, boys. My classes and rotations are canceled, so I've been sitting at home just like the rest of you. But yeah, stay home, wash your hands.
Fair enough.
Hundreds
Hey, either way.
of dollars in debt for that little piece of advice, but hey, we'll take it. Thanks, guys, for the awesome work that you're doing, though, for real. And I hope that if I'm ever on a table, I have one of you two looking over me because I trust you the most. But let's get back to business. We still have an award to go through here. The best award for Doctor in the League. Hold on. Sorry. The nominees are Dr. Michael Redknapp, who is a real-life doctor, and Dr. Brad Carney, who is another real-life doctor. How lucky are we to have them in our league? And the winner is Dr. Michael Redknapp. Add it to your resume, my friend. I'm going to unmute you again so you can give your little acceptance speech. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I appreciate the award, especially since Brad's not an actual doctor yet.
Shots! Bam!
Quite the close one. Austin, you live in Ohio, boom roasted. And Corey, you boom roasted.
A what?
Spleen.
I don't have a spleen. All right. Here's the tally. I think it was
Close one.
Yeah.
This was a close one. Congrats, Mike, by the way, but only one vote separated the final result. I'm kind of wishing Brad had won now because that acceptance speech about Ohio, I really don't appreciate it, but you can suck it. But Mike, you did win this round, and moving forward, we'll just have to keep an eye on ratemydoctor.com to really make the final call who's the best. But up next, we have one of my favorite categories, the best recap of the year. Now, this does not include Corey and I. This is only for the solo vids. So the nominees are.
All right. Thanks, Austin. Bryson, I'm going to have to keep muting you, pal, or I'm going to kick you. The nominees for Best Recap Video of the Year. Your boy CJ, welcome to the show, my friend. Another nomination. Penn Whitlow, love that one. Travis Kramer on the list. Myself, my solo run, I kicked off the year with recap number 1. And Brad Carney. This is a pretty tight category. Austin, why don't you introduce the winner, though?
Be happy to, Corey.
Brad got nominated, too. I forgot about that one.
Yes, he had a good one as well. All these were solid, boys, I got to admit. But the winner of the best recap of the year is Travis Kramer. Woo! Congrats, TC. You definitely earned this one because you put some time into that recap, and it was hilarious. So step on the mic and say a few words.
I'll keep it short and sweet. I mean, really, like what we saw this year, it seems that anything I do, I'm the best at. So this is just another example. Only 2-time champ. I don't know if you guys have heard that yet. Probably be a 3-time champ next year. Austin's already sent me a few formats on what my ring will be next year. I haven't decided yet, but we're working it out, and I appreciate the votes.
You got it, man. Hey, nice work, T. Crames. Obviously, yours was a favorite. Look at these results here. Penn got a vote. Looks like Christian got a vote, and Travis had the rest. So pretty solid, boys.
Yeah, I do hate to admit it, but T. Crames, that was a fantastic weekly recap. It'll go down in history in this league, and definitely is an earned award for that. So since we're already on the topic of recaps, our next category is you had one job all year, aka laziest bum not to do their recap. Definitely not a prestigious award, but one that ironically crowns a winner for being the biggest loser. And the nominees are
Adam Ayer is our first representative, not here as we know. Bryson didn't do a recap. So there you go. Wait, how was he a nominator on the last one? Did you type that in? I don't know. But either way, he's nominated for this one. Mike Rudnack, definitely got a few texts from him talking a lot of game and never saw anything from it. I guess he's out there saving lives, so whatever. Mike Walsh, nothing. That's kind of surprising to me. He's usually pretty good with that. And who else?
That's all, Austin.
That's it. Tell us who the winner is, man.
Yeah. So any guesses? The winner for you had one job all year, aka laziest bum not to do their recap, is Adam Ayer. Congrats on sucking the most, Adam. So far, you've got the 2 worst awards. He doesn't have anything to tell us about, how he feels. So we're going to actually ask Mr. Mike Walsh to say a few words on his behalf. Mike, you're unmuted. The floor is yours.
Well, he's the laziest bum for a reason, and he couldn't even make the reward show. So I'll leave it at that.
Solid point, man. That is solid. But, we got to congrats Ayer because he is officially the best, just the best at being the worst. So his recap was booty, a non-existent booty, but hey, booty nonetheless. So,
Austin, now that you mention it, speaking of booty, our next award is for the most likely to talk about butts. And no surprise here, there's only one nominee, Adam Ayer. So the winner for this award is Adam Ayer. Wow, he's really stealing the limelight here. I think we should open
it up.
What's up?
He's cleaning up. I say we unmute everyone really quickly and just give them all a chance to say like 5 words or less. What do you think of Ayer?
He's such a dude.
He's a piece of crap.
He's a bum.
He's
He encompasses this award.
All right.
Well, Ayer definitely likes big butts, and he cannot lie. All of us brothers can't deny. Want to go walk in with anybody wasting around thing in your face? You get all League and that award. So dang, guys, there's just too much booty in the pants right now. So not sure what to make of all this, but one thing's for sure, Ayer is stacking up awards. Good for him, I guess, right? Now, some ways, our next award kind of sticks with this theme because this award is for best looking in a dress.
Speaking of butts, best to look good in that dress, though. Our nominees are Mike Walsh. Or I think you're supposed to be reading this one, Austin.
Okay. Yeah, hey, Mike Walsh. Jonah Kramer. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, those are the only 2 that have done it in our freaking league in 6 years or however long we've had this thing. So, yeah, but guys, the votes are in. And the winner of best looking in a dress is?
Hold on. Technical difficulties, Austin.
Wait for it. Building suspense.
Can you tease that one again?
Building suspense.
The winner for best looking in a dress is Jonah Kramer.
Hey!
How about it? Those thighs don't lie. Let's hear from our boy, Jonah Kramer, to talk about that experience. Jonah?
So I actually had a conversation with Walsh like Thanksgiving, I want to say, and I was like, dude, I can just feel it. I'm gonna lose this year. And he was like, oh, will you wear the dress? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Turns out I wore the dress, but I mean, at least I did it. Didn't puss out, so.
Yeah, that was very solid video, man. We all enjoyed it. And as you'll see, you got 100% of the vote. Sorry, Walsh. But yeah, apparently Jonah just got some nice curves. Who knew? But yeah, in all seriousness, guys, the video Jonah provided was thoroughly enjoyable and proved that if you just own the challenge, it ain't that big a deal. So we lost 2 people from the league because of this. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. But huge props, Jonah, for doing your video, especially just a few blocks from your house, because as being in the dress match, I was contemplating all the scenarios in which I would have to do this. And if I had lost, I was definitely planning to drive at least 3 hours away to make that happen. So massive props to you, Jay Crames. Up next, guys, we have the award for Luckiest Player of the Year. So who are the nominees, Corey?
All right. I was going to try to do an Irish accent, but I didn't want to offend Mike Walsh, so I'll just kind of leave it at this. But the nominees for Luckiest Player of the Year are your boy, me. At one point, I was in 8th. Actually, I was in 8th for points 4 in the season, but I had the 4th point, or I was in 4th for least in points against and made it to the championship. So that's pretty darn lucky. Travis Kramer, one of the luckier players of the year, had the league's lowest point against, actually 300 points clear of that, and was 6th in points for, but won the championship. And Adam Ayer drafted one retired player, Andrew Luck, and a player that was on IR, Lamar Miller, but he still ended up winning 6 games. Austin, you want to tell us who the winner for this one is?
Yes, guys, the winner is Travis Kramer. What do you know about that, man? Let's unmute that boy and let him make a little acceptance speech here.
Yeah, all I have to say is the harder I work, the luckier I get, I guess. I mean, 2-time champ. There's nothing luck about that. That's a great picture of Christian, though. The baby back bitch himself.
Well, solid words there. Classic rivalry discussion. You can brag all you want, Travis, but ultimately the rest of us bitter blowholes think the only reason you won is because of old lady luck. So, it is what it is. But Corey, what do we got, man?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's more insulting, what Travis just said, or the fact that I got 0 votes, or the fact that the guy who drafted Andrew Luck got 5. Ugh, what a world we live in. Oh, well, at least I don't have to wear that dress, right, Jonah? All right. Now we're going to move on to the opposite of, here's the breakdown, by the way. Sorry about that.
Close one.
Now we're going to move on to the opposite of this award, the Most Unlucky Player of the Year award. So, Austin, who are the nominees in this category?
Nominees for Most Unlucky Player of the Year. First up, we have Penn, who had the most points for in the league, but ended up losing in the semifinals and ended up finishing 3rd. Kind of devastating. Jonah Kramer, definitely some unluckiness here, had the 2nd highest points for in the league and not only missed making playoffs, but ended up in the dress match, which he lost, in case you missed it, to your boy, and finished 9th overall. Oh, I'm a nominee. So I had, for the 2nd year in a row, league record points against. And Brad, who had Dak and Amari going absolutely ham for most of the season, but then dropped duds in the last 3 of the 4 weeks and ended his run at the ship. I see him shaking his head. I know that one stung. Oh, one more. Corey's also nominated for Most Unlucky Player of the Year. His team laid an absolute egg in the championship, scoring a measly 77 points. That was more than half of his previous week's total. And it's also close to, but not the record for, the least points in a championship game.
Cool. Thanks, Austin. You did not have to add that last anecdote in there. It wasn't in the script. But anyways, the winner for the unluckiest player of the season, just barely winning it with 7 of the 12 votes, is Jonah Kramer. Congrats, Jonah. Step on up to the mic and let us know how you feel about this one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. That's stupid.
All right. Thanks for that. I'm sorry. That's really unlucky for you, man.
Yeah, that really stings. I have a feeling that this season might stick with Jonah for a while. Kind of like one of those farts that lingers under your bed sheets and reappears every time you move. It's pretty nasty. But anyway, our next award is one that people might actually like to win. And this is the award for Comeback Player of the Year. And the nominees, Corey, are.
All right, nominees for Comeback Player of the Year. Ya boy, Mr. Steal Your Girl. As you all remember, I'd been kind of in the mix for most of the season. I was on the bubble, but I won the last game that got me into the playoffs as the 6th seed. And through that, I made it to the championship despite being the lowest seed in the playoffs. Next, my co-host, Austin Taylor. After a brutal 0-7 start to the season, Austin won 7 of his remaining 9 games, including the dress match. He had to throw that in there, and ended up winning the consolation bracket, which there is some money in that. Travis Kramer was middle of the road in points for, but still managed to make the playoffs, and he took home the championship.
His rings don't care, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. And the winner for Comeback Player of the Year, he thinks it's him, but it's not. It's actually Melvin Meltoast, Austin Taylor. Wow, Austin, who would have seen this coming? Why don't you tell us how this feels?
Oh, man, guys, this is such an honor. First, I just want to thank my parents for just teaching me to never give up. I want to thank the league for voting me Comeback Player of the Year. I want to thank all of you chumps who lost to me towards the end, especially my rival Jonah. This was not my favorite season, and I probably lost a few years off of my life because of it, but the last half turned out pretty well, and I thoroughly enjoyed spanking that Jake Kramer booty. So that's all I got.
Yeah, man. Got to admit, you definitely rallied from the depths of despair, and while you barely escaped the dress, you did have a pretty solid end of the season. However, I think we can all agree that no one ever wants to start 0-7, even if it means you'll be crowned the Comeback Player of the Year. So I hope you had fun with that.
Thanks, Chody. Excuse me, Corey. Yeah, I really appreciate that, douche. Moving on quickly as possible. Our next award is You Were in This League. Least participation in the thread. Least you were in this league, question mark? Least participation in the text thread. Okay, and the nominees are, Corey.
All right, the nominees are your boy, Christian. He almost lived up to this name by not joining us tonight. And the other nominee, not in the league since 2016, Liam Moran. And as we go to unveil this, why don't you tell us who won, Austin?
Well, the winner of least participation in the text thread, and believe me, this was a barn burner, is Christian Jaramillo. Congrats, bro. Wait, hold on. Is Christian in here? He hasn't said anything.
I don't know.
Is he there? Oh, yep. Okay, I got him now. Hey, Christian, we're gonna mute you. Tell me how you feel, man.
Feel pretty good.
If you didn't say anything, that would have been awesome. But your response was still quick and short, and I like it.
Oh, man. Good stuff, Christian. That was brilliant. I think I speak for everyone in the league when I tell you that we are just glad to know you're alive, you're here with us. If you look at the results, you barely won in this award, so I don't know if that's more of a reflection of how little you talked this year or how many times Liam maybe was brought up in the text thread. But the good news is you've got plenty of room to improve for your participation next year. Too bad we don't have an award for that, though. Up next, we have a very, I'm going to be pretty serious about this for a second. We have a very prestigious award here coming up. In the past, it's been owned by one man and one man alone, Travis Kramer. But every year is a new year. So let's see what happens with this year's biggest villain of the year. Austin, who are the nominees?
The nominees this year, we have a few of them, more than normal. So let's see. We got Adam Ayer, naturally. Surprised to see me on there. Don't really know why. I can think of a few reasons. Bobby Varner, love that. Not in the league since last year, but still a villain. Mike Walsh, that one surprises me. Travis does not surprise me. All the other chodes in the league were also nominated, but these are the only ones that got votes. So we're about to unveil the winner. What do you got, Corey?
And there can only be one villain. That's why it's surprising when I say that this year is a tie. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie for the first time in league award history. And the tie with 4 votes each goes to Travis and Bobby. Dual villains. Bobby, unsurprisingly, was too busy working to be here. Apparently, he thinks he's an essential worker. So we will give Travis the opportunity to speak on behalf of both villains everywhere. Travis, step on up and let us know how this feels.
It feels great. 6-time champ here. I've won this award every single year. I plan on winning it again next year. I like to keep the league spicy, and I think I'm doing a very good job. And we'll get Stairway to 7 next year.
Spicy is a good word for it. I love it. You definitely add some flavor here, man. We appreciate it. So, Corey, this really is pretty crazy, though. And it's kind of funny that Bobby was even in the running, considering that he wasn't even in the league this year. Nevertheless, even though it's a tie, it appears that Travis has maintained his streak as league villain. So all the props to you, my man. Keep it up. So our next and final, believe it or not, award is perhaps the most coveted of them all. And this is the award for Best Team of the Year. High stakes here, fellas. So let's see what happens. And the yeah, Travis. All right. And the nominees are.
So technically everyone here was nominated for the Team of the Year. Whoever's listed, though, is everyone that received a vote in some capacity. So we got Mike Redknapp received one, Walsh, Adam, me, Jonah, Tanner, Travis, and Penn. The nickname for this award is the AKA Everyone Votes for Their Own Team Award, apparently. But Austin, I know there's a ton of suspense around the league right now and around the world watching this live streamed on Twitch. Why don't you tell us who's bringing it home?
I'm going to have to point out here that I didn't get any votes. Don't really know why, but I guess I can take a guess. But I'm just watching Jonah and he's cracking me up. All right, so the winner of Best Team in 2019 is Penn Whitlow. Congrats, Penn. This is a huge honor. I think a deserved honor. There are a lot of different criteria that people use to make their votes. Your team was definitely solid. So let's give you a chance to say what's up and tell us how you're feeling, man. Best team of the year.
What up, what up, what up? Easily the best team I've ever had in this league. Usually I'm in like the dress match, so I was super pumped. I don't know who else voted for me. I thought everyone voted for their own team, so I probably won it with 2 votes. So thanks, whoever did that.
Yeah, I don't remember how many votes you got. What's about a quarter of 12? So probably what?
3?
Yeah, there we go. We can do the math. Just like 2 plus them. Okay. But yeah, that's awesome.
Good for you, Penn. Penn, your team was definitely stacked this year, and you were easily a favorite to win the championship this season. Unfortunately, though, your team had a couple of down weeks when it mattered the most. But this was definitely your best showing to date, and we are all proud to finally see a Whitlow that isn't in the bottom 2. So congrats on the work, brother.
Agree with everything you just said, Corey. Proud, or Penn, I'm proud of you. Proud on Penn of you. But fantastic work, man. And honestly, yeah. Travis is a little bitter, I think, right now that he didn't get voted best team. But which one did he get? Luckiest player of the year? Was that? I don't know. But with that, we conclude our 2019 LnA Fantasy Football Awards. However, we do have just a few other important things to point out, including, if you recall from the polls, we also asked everyone, what was your favorite moment of the season? What was your worst moment of the season? And do you have any new team name ideas for Jonah? We're going to go through those right now. So we're going to start these up, see what everyone had to say for each of these categories. The only catch, if you recall, there are no names associated with these. People just put in their responses, and it did not tell us who put them. So you'll just have to guess who said what. Corey, first up, the favorite moments of the season. This is everyone's favorite moment that they put in here.
And I'm just going to throw them up on the screen here and just read them line by line and just let you soak in the magic. So the favorite moment of, or most memorable moment of the season, as reported by every player, finally beating Jonah after years of losses. First, 2 times.
That was me. That was me. That was me.
Standing on the corner of the busiest intersection in Westmont while wearing a dress was pretty memorable. Seeing Travis happy, which that's really sweet, whoever threw that one in there. Fournette and Waller for Saquon and a tight end on the IR, or beating Jonah when the Dolphins running back fumbled late versus the Steelers, and definitely beating Austin 2 times.
You're such a cheddar.
Someone reported that their own recap was their favorite moment of the season. Not wearing the dress. I think we can all kind of agree to that, except for Jonah. Air leaving, presumably the fantasy league chat. Jonah's sweet ass.
How sweet it is, Corey. How sweet it is.
Poop made a list. That's great appearance. And beating AT.
Not sweet, okay? Whoever put that can die, all right? Yeah. Well, so many good times this year, fellas. Those are good. As always, the point of fantasy football is to have fun, and these are just pure gold. I'm glad you guys had a good time, and nice work on these. These are great.
You said it, Melvin. But up next, we have the not so fun of time. So why don't you report out everyone's most or self-reported worst moment of the season?
Be happy to, man. The first one starts off with the entire season. That was someone's worst moment. I'm guessing Jonah, but I don't know for sure. Antonio Brown, we all know who that was. T. Crames. Losing to Austin back-to-back weeks. That had to be Jonah. So I don't know who's hated the entire season. I don't know. My team name, as it was after my mother and her personal care. Walsh, gotta be you, bro. Sorry about that. That was ruthless. Taking Damian Williams as the third pick over some studs, in all caps, and watching Saquon poop on me in the ship. No one wants to see anyone poop on them, let alone Saquon Barkley. So I would not enjoy that either. Next worst moment, losing in the playoffs due to the last play on Monday Night Football in a game that went to overtime. I don't know. Was that Brad? No. Rudnack? Rudnack. Sorry, buddy. And let's see. Last play on Monday Night Football. Brutal. Losing to Corey in the semis. That definitely sucks. Was that Penn, I think? Brad. Poop. Just straight up poop. And then losing to Travis. So don't know who that was, but a lot of people did this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But those were the worst moments, boys.
Some of these moments are just painful yet hilarious to live through. Excellent work again, guys. Now on to the highlight of the night. As you all know, each year the loser of the dress match must retire forever their team name. And the new champ gets to pick their team name, the loser's team name, for the upcoming season. Oh wait, Austin, there was the worst moment.
Oh, freaking Joe Buck. That guy can suck it, man. That was my worst moment. Every time I heard his voice, even when I thought it was his voice and it wasn't, I hated Joe Buck. So he can.
Like Austin.
His forehead looks extremely larger than normal right there, but man, he sucks. Get him off the screen. I can't stand him. So that's right, Corey. And this year, as far as team names go, this is especially interesting because the league champ, the league champ and the league chump are brothers. So Travis is picking Jonah's team name. Now, I'm sure they're both thrilled, perhaps in their own different ways. Travis, we haven't heard what your final decision is yet, but here are some ideas for you to think about as you mull this over. And I'm thinking we should probably hear a final decision here sometime in the next week, maybe. I don't know. It might be fun. Yeah, he's taking notes. That's great. So, Corey, why don't you go ahead and read these team name ideas?
Just to make this as dramatic as possible, I'm only going to release a couple of names at a time. And the first name that was recommended is presumably by the dress boy himself, whoever recommended really cool, fun, handsome, smart guy. Who was that? Who could that have been? That team name really cuts to the core. And does anyone else think Jonah looks like Kristoff from Frozen? Or is it just me and Austin?
I see it. I like it. Hey, Kristoff's he's a really cool, fun, handsome guy.
He's a good looking cartoon, Jonah. Congratulations.
Yep.
Some other nominees for the name. Bother of Tree Boy. I think that was supposed to be brother of Tree Boy. Travis Little Bro, who wears dresses. And Bye Week, which I still don't understand that one, but this one was fascinating. Plea, plep. And Poop, again, making a
Poop again
show.
So much poop all over the place.
Thematic round here, Golden Taint and the Taint Express. Fun stuff. We've got Jonah Lamer and Dick Biter.
That one's pretty brutal.
Clark's tampon tip.
Oh, we need to get away from the hygiene products here.
And by far the most brutal recommendation, Lily's Bouquet. Absolutely brutal stuff being presented here.
Oh, no.
Austin.
Maybe we should. Oh gosh, so give me a second to recover here. There are some real doozies in there. Y'all are pretty ruthless, but I'd expect nothing less. Travis, real quick, I feel like we need to. Well, why don't we give Jonah a chance to respond to these and what he feels, and then we'll give Travis a chance to just say a few words.
They were all really funny till that last one. That's savage. I like Dick Biter personally. I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean.
All right.
Oh, I guess he's done. Okay.
Yup. Yeah. Soldier and Fate with the last one there, telling me that was your least favorite. I really don't have much of a choice other than making it that or some type of even worse alternative of that. So yeah, it's probably gonna be that.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. Does anyone want to take credit for that? Do we know who suggested it? No one's. Oh, TP? Oh, I thought I saw him raise his hand. Okay. Dang, that is a savage move right there. But
is there a chance that was air?
Could have been. Who knows? We'll never know. Wait, do we want to unmute Tanner? Unmute Tanner.
I think I did that. I can't remember. Is there a way to go back and check?
No.
I'm pretty sure I did though, because I was thinking of a harsh one.
I might be able to find out, but I can't right now. So we'll have to do some digging. That will be made known, though. We'll have to figure that out. That's good. Although, yeah, no private ballots around here, guys. Sorry. But, guys, this was fun for us. I hope it was fun for you. It was really a great season in all seriousness, and I'm really pumped for next year. We really do love you guys and appreciate each of you. And just thanks for making this league fun. And I'm just glad that this silly thing called fantasy football keeps us connected. I just really enjoy the time that we spend each fall, whether it's stupid humor in the text thread or side conversations generated off of that. It's just a great time, man. We love it. I love it, and just appreciate each one of you. And I'm glad this keeps us together. So with that, we're just going to mute everyone and open this up and just take a few minutes to chat. Whoever wants to bounce can, but otherwise we're just going to hang here for a few and chill. So thanks, fellas. Hope you had a good time.
Thanks,
boys.
Christian
Thanks,
for
boys.
Saquon Barkley. Thank you, Christian.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed Darren Waller, Leonard Fournette.
That was a trade with me, Travis.
Huh?
That was a trade with me.
Oh, Corey. Thank you for Saquon Barkley. Idiot.
Look at Christian.
I wrote down two things, and I think they all go to Speen. One is when you were going through the Luckiest Player of the Year award. Can you run back through that and try to explain your statistics? Because you were struggling.
Yeah, dude.
We can break those down a little bit.
You're like A participant, 4 against. And then when you said, or maybe it was Austin, when you said proud of 10 of you or whatever.
Yeah.
Spain, you remember when your dad, when you were little kids, goes, "Holy cow, my face or my red is so face." Do you remember how funny that was? I still bring that up. But yeah, that's all I got.
I like the notes.
Okay, my luckiest player, this is what it was supposed to say, and I totally botched it like Tanner called out. Was in 8 points for, but had the 4th least in points against and made it to the championship.
It still doesn't
Tongue twister, huh?
Still doesn't make sense.
8th in points for,
but not a lot of points were scored against me. So I made it, and I got